You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about Arch Manning, the nephew of Peyton and Eli Manning, the guy that I think a lot of people, at least the normie college football fan, thought might be the number one pick in next year's NFL draft. That's not going to happen. I don't believe that Arch Manning is coming out, and judging by how he's playing, he definitely shouldn't come out. In fact, he should stay in this year, next year, and maybe beyond. But I think 2027 is the earliest you're going to start looking for Arch Manning to come out in the NFL draft. And we know he has struggled this year. There was a ton of hype around this player. I can tell you, just far as hype around football players in the last 6 or 7, 8 months, I can tell you just on analytics alone, Arch Manning and Shedeur Sanders has far and away outdrew everybody else, at least when you talk about social media craziness and just pure reaction to play, anticipation, potential play. It's been wild. So we got a couple of things on Arch Manning. We got Danny Kanell coming out and comparing Arch Manning to a couple of former NBA players, a couple of NBA players. I don't want to say former NBA players, but yikes, they're not great comparisons. And if you're a Texas fan or if you're an Arch Manning fan or wherever you fall in this, if you're partial for Arch Manning succeeding, yeah, the comparisons would make you worry. I put it to you like that.
Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, something going on where those guys were all everything. They were supposed to be incredible. And then something happened, and it's mostly mental, where I was wondering how Arch Manning would handle the hysteria that was around him. And he downplayed everything. But to me, this is very much a quarterback, which his confidence is completely shot. And I feel like it's impacting his mechanics, which is the similarity I would compare to both of those guys, because at one time their mechanics looked good. At one time they could make the shots. We've seen Arch make all the throws, and even there were times in that game when he had a couple of nice throws, but there are way too many stretches where it is as Sark was trying to get his confidence up by calling easy routes, quick hitches, crossing routes, and he was missing them. There is something, this is a greater problem that Sark has 1 week to figure out, and I don't know if you can solve it in 1 week. He has got to get Arch to play more free, to get him to go out there and play with confidence. But the only way to do that is to play your way out of it. And he's got to do that, or else when they get to the meat of their SEC schedule, this is going to be a major problem for Texas.
They're going to get murdered. They're going to get destroyed by good teams. If he can't start competently completing the easy passes, and his footwork is all jacked up. He's making all these sidearm attempts. I don't know what he's doing. I don't understand what he is doing at all. But he's missing some very easy throws. I mean, you're talking about a guy right now. I mean, honestly, if you just looked at his stats and you said, okay, well, maybe he had last year's completion percentage. I mean, it's kind of weird because last year he was 67.8%, 68%. 55.3% in college is putrid. And I think what was really concerning, it was one thing for him to play terribly against Ohio State, who looks like it's got a great defense. But UTEP, it really was like, uh-oh, there may be a big, big problem here. So Arch Manning has come out. He's made some comments. Manning has been slow to get going his first year as a starting quarterback. His play last weekend led to fans at DKR Texas Memorial Stadium booing him during the first half of the Texas win over UTEP. But Manning had a message as he and his team turned the page. Quote, I don't know why my screen does that. Quote, I know the type of player that I am, Manning told reporters on Monday, according to the Associated Press. I don't know. I know I'm going to play better, and we're going to be better on as an offense. It's frustrating because I know I'm better than that, Manning added. But, we're going to get better this week, get clicking on offense. I'm excited to get going. Manning's play has been far from what many expected out of the 21-year-old, who is also the nephew of NFL greats Peyton and Eli Manning and the grandson of Archie Manning, when the season started at the end of August. In Saturday's win over UTEP, he connected on 11 of 25. Jesus. 114 yards with a touchdown pass and throwing an interception. Quote, I think I just need to go out there and play my game. I know the type of athlete and type of player I am. I just need to go cut it loose and have some fun. He's playing Sam Houston on Saturday. All right. But then things, they're going to have to go to the swamp. Now, how good Florida is, I don't know, but they're definitely Florida's better than UTEP, and they'll be better than Sam Houston. Going to be notably tougher on defense, I can tell you that right now. I don't know if, how many games ultimately Florida wins, and there's talk of replacing Billy Napier, but that's neither here nor there. Regardless, they're going to be a pretty damn tough opponent for Texas, especially in Florida. So, I don't know. He better get it together. It almost feels like he needs to, I don't know if he's too amped up when these games gets going, but it's like his arm, his feet have all like discombobulated. They're no longer connected. His feet are doing crazy things. He's not following through on his passes. He's throwing a bunch of sidearm shit. That's going to get you absolutely. I mean, that's going to wreck you as a football player. And what's a little concerning is there's regression here. And even if he comes out, let's say he's great the rest of the year, he's certainly not winning the Heisman now, which he was the Heisman favorite. But I would be concerned with, let's say you get through the season, you make the playoffs, you lose in the playoffs, and you go to next year. If you're Texas and Steve Sarkisian, I'd be worried about whatever it is that's happening with Arch coming back out of nowhere. This almost feels like there's some kind of a larger problem where I don't want to call it he's got a case of the yips. Is it the yips from baseball where, all of a sudden the second baseman just can't make a throw to first no matter what? He tries to throw it and it goes off over here. It goes way over the first baseman's head. Or the catcher from Major League 2, Rube Baker, that couldn't make the throw back to the pitcher all of a sudden, and it was a mental thing? I don't know. But I'd be sort of concerned about it, about this resurfacing after you've already think you've got it solved. Because it seems like there's a problem there. What it is, I don't know. And who the hell's the quarterback coach on this team? I need to look. I haven't looked. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.